Life can be hard, and we've all faced those moments that seem to stop us dead in our tracks. But what if those moments of difficulty, the bad news, could actually be a springboard for something greater? I'm Cam Garvin, and each week I'll bring you stories of extraordinary resilience and conversations about lives and ideas that are productive. This is the Productive Lives Podcast. After 18 years in the correctional system, Bob Beam was looking for a community that was authentic. Today we sit down with Bob and Pastor Joe Darrell of Cornerstone Community Church to discuss the moment their paths crossed and how a skeptical teapot Christian found a place to belong. We're in Kensington now, even this podcast at Cornerstone Community Church, which I've had a friendship and relationship with a lot of the pastors here. And this is Pastor Joe Darrell. Introduce yourself. And so you kind of connect, all of a sudden you meet this guy, right?
Yeah. So it was years ago. Bob and I just kind of got to meet and got to know Bob and realized that he came from a pretty rough background. If you knew Bob Beck and
Yes.
you're his friend,
Yeah.
You probably came from a rough background. But Bob is a guy that God really changed his life. He was a biker, robber, thief, and everything else. Did jail time, and he started helping guys because he found Christ, and he had guys start living with him, and he was just mentoring guys and discipling guys.
And you were on the board of House of Adonai, right? Helping guys out.
Yeah. Because Bob was a biker, and he really didn't know anything about books and those kind of things. Like, I just love people and tell them to come live with me. Well, let's kind of set this up so it's a little bit more kosher looking, Bob. And he went for that. And so, I used to teach there regularly, go in with the guys and just give them discipleship studies.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys finished the program and then started attending our church, which is one of the elders here. He was literally found dead with his balancing his head on a can of paint, went to the House of Adonai, got his life right with God. Now he teaches our discipleship studies and for men or men and women, but with for people struggling in the area of recovery.
So you meet Bob comes to church, or you meet him at the block
party? Yeah, block party. And like block party, there's 2,000 people. So it's everything's spinning and you're just making sure everything's rolling correctly. But then Bob started coming to church. And alone?
No, I had Bernice with me.
Bernice.
Well, we weren't married at the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So wait a minute, you found love.
I did, yeah. That's God was involved with that too, because I kept praying for a Christian woman.
When you became a Christian?
When I became a Christian, I was like, well, I want a Christian woman.
Yeah.
And I laugh about it, but how God relayed this message to me was amazing. He said, I kept praying for a Christian woman with no particulars, not like I wasn't being fussy. I didn't have any particular issues that I wanted. And he reminded me that I was still a man. And I was thinking with a man's head, man's brain. And he showed me King Hezekiah, that when the Assyrians thought that they were going to take Israel, Jerusalem, they gave him a ransom note, basically. And Hezekiah went in and laid it on the altar and said, Lord, you need to look at this. And I thought, wow, if God read the ransom note and kind of winked and chuckled about it and told King Hezekiah, don't worry about it, because tomorrow food's going to be in the abundance, God already had it out for him. Yeah. But he had to fully submit. And then when I was reading in Genesis, right before Cain killed Abel, God seen that Cain's face was all balled up and he was miserable. And I thought, wow, God actually looks at us.
Mm-hmm.
He
Cares about
sees
us.
us. He
Yeah.
cares about us.
Mm-hmm.
So then it was like right after that, I started reading, and there's a guy named Gideon in the Bible. God called him a valiant man, and he was hiding, sifting wheat. And I thought, well, that's not really valiant if you're hiding. And then it occurred to me that God doesn't look at us where we're at right now in the context of that's where we're going to stay. He looks at us as what we're going to become.
Yeah, the potential.
And the potential.
Yeah.
And I kind of realized that, okay, if God is to get the glory for a wife, I need to be specific to know that she is from him.
Mm-hmm.
So I made a list.
All right.
It's
It's good.
I made a list. And I kept seeing women and I was like, yeah, she'd be good for me.
But she wasn't.
Yeah,
the
she'd
whole
be
list.
good for me. And then the Holy Spirit reminded me, do you want what you think is good or do you want the best I have for you? And it only took one time for me to realize, I dropped the ball every single time. I'll just wait. So I waited, and like 2 weeks later, I'm in another church, and the Holy Spirit said, she's right there. And I was like, what? And I got stupid. Like, I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to act. I didn't know, because I lived my whole life a certain way, and it wasn't church parallel.
Yeah. And evidently her list must have been fulfilled with you.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. She was really surprised.
I guess I like this guy. And so you're coming to Cornerstone, and then what else happens as you come to Cornerstone, Joe? Or
How did you get married?
We got married here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill married us. Pastor
Okay.
Bill.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you've kind of came to a conclusion, let's get married. And
Bernice and I had already made that determination that, we're married, right? Yeah,
Yes,
we're
yes.
married. No, we're married, right? And, yeah, we're married. Okay, yeah, okay. So let's get it official and put it on paper, get the ring, get it official.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what we did.
that's really special.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you get out of prison, and when you just don't get out of prison, you got some things to do, right?
Yeah.
And so that was longer than you anticipated.
I was on parole until 2019.
Is that a normal?
No, no. I was an animal and a monster. So I got a really crazy sentence. I got a 7 to 24 with 10 years special probation.
And I remember, Joe, you were saying you had to stay in Philadelphia,
Yeah.
the city limits.
Well, the catch-22 of that whole thing was this. I was after my parole, I had parole officers during the parole period that some of them were okay because I wasn't running amok. I wasn't doing anything wrong.
You changed.
I did everything I was supposed to do, paying the fees, doing everything I was supposed to do. So they didn't have a problem with me going to work wherever I worked.
Yeah, you're doing productive things. You're doing
regardless
great
whether it
stuff.
was New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, wherever. They were all fine. Every once in a while, I'd get a parole officer that would be, no, you can't do that. And then I would be like, well, what have I done to warrant the change in my status?
Yeah, that's a good question.
So they would ultimately agree with me and then let me continue to work and stuff and be a productive person.
Mm-hmm.
When it rolled over to probation, special probation, that's when, after the first 5 years was done, I got a new probation officer that would not allow me to leave the city of Philadelphia without a travel pass. I wasn't allowed to go to work outside of Philly. I couldn't go to the doctor's office. I couldn't take my wife to the doctor's. There was really a lot of restrictions on me. So I prayed about it and prayed about it and prayed about it. And I talked to my sister, and she suggested she knows a Christian lawyer
Yeah, that's good.
in Reading and that they might be able to help me.
Transitioning from prison to the pews isn't just about showing up, it's about building trust. Pastor Joe and Bob have shown us what it looks like in action. Join us for our final episode as they discuss the inner circle that keeps a life productive. Thank you for listening to the Productive Lives podcast. You can expect new episodes every Monday, and if you like the show, please subscribe and leave a review wherever you get your podcasts. This helps others like you find the show. The Productive Lives podcast is supported by Productive Lives, where our mission is people serving people, and our vision is to motivate people to improve their lives and the lives of others through servant living and leadership. If you want to live a productive life and help improve the lives of others, visit our website for more information, productivelives.org. The Productive Lives podcast is produced by Studio D Podcast Production and hosted by me, Cam Garvin. I'll see you next week for more stories of resilience and conversations about lives and ideas that are productive.